Yes, sir, please.
To peace, happiness, and success. Take in a deep breath and close your eyes with a smile. Breathe in and breathe out. Focus on your breath and feel your breath go calmer, deeper, calmer, deeper, calmer, deeper. Breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe in all the energy, all the happiness, all the peace, all the comfort. And as you breathe out all the stresses, all the limiting thoughts, all the unwanted worries and emotions. Breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe in, feel the cool air fill your lungs, go to every cell, every tissue, every muscle, every bone throughout your body. And as you breathe out, feel the heat take away all the stresses, all the limiting thoughts, all the unwanted emotions and fears and tears. Breathe in and breathe out. Focus on your breath as every breath takes you to a calmer, deeper, calmer, deeper, comfortable position. Breathe in and breathe out. As you focus on your breath, visualize yourself walking in a huge farm full of mango trees. The morning sun, the cool wind, the fragrance of the farm and the soil, the moisture, the sweet smell of mangoes. Every step you take makes you more happy, calmer, and comfortable. Look around to see the greenery, the ripe fruits, feel the cool wind and the morning sun relaxing you more and more and more. Visualize yourself as a child. Feel free to jump up, to climb the tree, or to pelt stones. Feel that freedom, feel that happiness, feel that enjoyment. Hear the birds, enjoy the morning sun, and feel that freedom in the heart. Observe the ripe fruit. As you look at it, you can feel that freshness of nature. Breathe in and breathe out. In this aware state, let the child free and observe that happiness and freedom. Breathe in and breathe out. Cast away all the worries, all the stresses, and enjoy this freedom. And absorb that energy in every breath you take. Breathe in and breathe out. That's right. Breathe in that energy and breathe out all the stresses. Feel the happiness in the eye, the sparkle. Feel the morning sun heal every cell, every tissue, every bone, every muscle throughout your body. Tell yourself, I am enough. I am good. I'm doing the right thing at the right time. I am enough. I am good. I'm doing the right thing at the right time. I am enough. I am good. I'm doing the right thing at the right time. I enjoy my freedom when I can. I enjoy my freedom when I can. I enjoy my freedom and I can. Breathe in and breathe out. In a short while, when we come back to the normal state, we will bring all this energy, all this happiness, all this peace, all the freedom, and all the contentment to stay with you throughout the day. Focus on your breath and breathe in and breathe out. One, breathe in and breathe out. Two, breathe in and breathe out. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and for the last time, breathe in and breathe out to peace, happiness, and success. Gently open your eyes. The famous Vietnamese monk Tisha Than, he always used to say, mind is a monkey, and ignoring that monkey is nothing but meditation. So wherever you are, a few deep breaths and ignoring what the jumping monkey is doing will give you peace and happiness. May this day be blessed with moments where you can ignore the jumping monkey and be happy throughout. God bless you all.
I spent some 7 minutes extra today, being a Sunday.
I heard Tisha Khan passed away yesterday, 95 years.
95.
He came back to Burma to spend his last days. He knew that he was approaching, and I think he spent 3 years in rumination. He didn't speak to anyone. His speeches were very vibrant and must watch. YouTube has so many interesting videos of him. He had written a book called Novice. He has written many books. The Novice is a novel. It is worth reading. It is a story of a woman who wants to be a Buddhist monk when the monasteries never allowed women to be an ascetic. The woman takes the form of a man and starts her life. When a lady comes forward and says that that monk is the father of her child, so what happens from then on is the story. It's called Novice. It's a very beautiful story. It's about how mindful problems can be tackled, how that novice takes up this issue. Very nice book. Even his other books on spirituality and mindfulness also is worth a read. Very nice books.
Name of the book?
Novice. Novice. Novice.
Okay.
It's by Tisha Than. One of the translations is available in Malayalam. It was out by DC. It's called Brahmacharini. That also is very nice, very well translated. I have read very few translations which are worth a mention. This is one of them. Beautiful translation. And yesterday, I'm on my 4th day of being positive. I am almost out of it.
Okay.
I'm completely out of it.
The new news now. Now the government has to take account who is not having COVID.
Yeah, that can be dangerous. Because so the past few days, the fever was very high. I couldn't actually, I think 3 days back, the fever was so high, I couldn't actually handle it well, but it is fine. Just kept on breathing. It's fine.
But still you are here every day.
Yeah.
That is
Without being noticed also, we didn't.
We couldn't see any difference in your energy level.
correct.
Actually, COVID does not affect your energy level. Your mind does. When we start feeling that I'm not well, yeah, it's a psychology. It is the common respiratory disease like cold, and we have to tackle it as we have a cold. If we say that, oh, I have a cold and I have to be like bedridden, I need 2 soups a day. No, it's just a normal thing. It'll come and go.
Hype created from the beginning. Remember when the beginning the lockdown started? Not that is a month before the lockdown started.
Yes.
Kind of videos, the Chinese videos, the kids walks on the road, fall down and die there. Kind of this thing has created a lot of confusion in our mind.
The same thing if we actually look at the ad for a glucose powder.
Yeah.
You drink it and you become Superman. We don't do that. We have to understand all this is advertisement.
Yeah.
No, COVID has become less fatal now.
Yeah.
It's
Probably what I got was probably the Delta strain or the Omicron. I don't know.
No, Omicron is not dangerous. It's okay.
Yeah. Delta also is the same. So yeah, it is just a thought that no, I'm not stopping anything for the silly reason. I'm just on. So today I'm much better. I'm completely out of it.
Thank God.
God bless you all.
Actually, we have started understanding this virus. That is why it is less fatal now.
The virus is tired of attacking people now. It has become less. It has become weaker.
Even the science, even this thing, over a period of time, the capacity of the virus get reduced. Maybe in another 2 years, I think completely things will be normal. There won't be any lockdown, curfew, or anything. It becomes quite usual kind of thing. Only people with some, like other issues, serious issues, especially the critical care unit type areas, they have to be little.
Dialysis, cancer, and all.
Cancer, I don't think, ma'am. Other than the liver
Yeah.
related kind of thing, heart related kind of things, you have to be little more careful. I think.
Because any cardiothoracic ailment, because COVID actually affects the upper part of your respiratory system, including your vocal cords and your breathing trachea and all that. So anything related to respiratory issues, if you have a congenital or a long-standing chronic condition, yeah, there could be a possibility. It's like when you have fever, if you have cold, then there's a
Pneumonia
problem.
type, yeah. What advanced pneumonia.
I took my booster dose yesterday.
No, no.
So, and I had fever also yesterday night.
You have to be very careful now.
But it
Thank you,
doesn't-
thank you for today's meditation. I went to my childhood and remembered how we used to pelt stones, and it was nice to remember.
If you actually listen to Tisha Khan, this was actually a dedication to Tisha Khan. He was one of the initial propounders of mindfulness. Very early stage, he talked about mindfulness and about the mind. He instructed corporates that in a corporate situation also meditation and mindfulness can be possible. And he always said, go back to your child, go back to that childhood. Then you will feel that that kind of freedom and happiness will be with you. So I strongly believe that what Tisha Khan has taught, that's the ultimate way of mindfulness, being a child.
I remember 2, 3 or 4 teachers were so lucky to have done a training under him.
Oh,
It was in 90s. He held a workshop for I think 4 or 5 days in New Delhi. So our teachers went and attended. So he
He's an
himself was
amazing guru.
conducting. Oh my! And he was, and the teachers were so thrilled. You know the way the sessions were conducted, and
He never makes you feel that you're sitting in a class. He takes you in a journey with him.
and such a simple soul, like no this thing. Like he comes across as a very ordinary person, no sadhu, sant, and all that aura. But wonderful.
Ma'am, do we have YouTube videos?
Yes, yes.
So many. You just type so many articles, videos.
For clarity, I would specify the spelling. It is TICHNHAT. Search with that and you will get Tisha Khan.
And they call him Thay also. Thay,
Thay.
no?
Yeah.
it's a kind of mystic, no? Like
He's a monk. He's a monk. He's a Tibetan monk. A Vietnamese monk, sorry. Vietnamese monk.
Okay.
He's from Vietnam. There are very few who practically put things across. Otherwise, it's more of their level of thinking which we won't understand. But Tisha Khan was more of a person who was palatable to all. And I think it was 2 years back when I was in Bangalore for a meeting. I read that he's traveling back to the monastery, decided that his life is almost coming to a stop. So he decided to spend his rest of the day in Burma.
They
So
can
that's
sense it
happened.
actually, you know, they can.
They
sense
can,
it.
yes, yes.
That is dangerous also. Better not to sense all that.
There is no thrill or there is no fun in life if you know what's going to happen the next
Yes,
moment.
exactly. In this mindfulness session, sir, I'll send you some this thing. There are in foreign, you know, university, the collaboration, they are doing mindfulness as a course, as a section. I think we should develop it.
Yeah, this is usually done like what we had planned and we have been doing. Initially, we were just focusing on the external factors, which is called a defocus. Now, once defocus is done, then we do transformation, where we transform ourselves into uh, 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 different things, and we the awareness is created through that. And another phase would be the transformation and existence, coexistence, where you become many things at the same time, and you become aware. So awareness is slowly taken forward, and you can do it with five senses. You can do it with five elements. These are all different stages of mindfulness, which is working for different faculties of a mind. So how big the mind is, we cannot define. So this is like, it cannot be fixed onto a course. It can just go on for a lifetime. It'll keep growing. For each person, it is different. Because if I say pelting stones to a mango tree, Rajashmi ma'am would have a different picture. Vijay ma'am would have a different picture. You would have a different. We are actually, if we are 20 people, we have 40 images. So the mindfulness can be so vast, it cannot be contained. It's more like trying to contain a sea in a small bottle of water. The aspect of awareness is how you look at the awareness and how, to what extent you want the awareness. This can go on for hours. You can just sit in, it's called mind travel. You can go back to your school, visit your classes, and probably read what you wrote, and all that can be done because the mind has all those images.
Now, even
Tatvamasi.
Hmm?
Tatvamasi in a full sense. No?
Yes, yes, it is. Everything is regarding the mind, because uh, when you actually take Bhagavad Gita, it says, "Uttaredatmanatmanam natmanam avasadhe atmaivahi atmano bandhuratmaiva ripuratmana." You are the reason for all the success and failures, because you're your best friend and you can be the worst enemy. So the mind actually is sandwiched between the self and the body, because again Bhagavad Gita explains that the body, uh, above that which is protecting it is the senses, above which you have the mind, above which you have the intellect, and above the intellect is the self. So the mind is sandwiched between the self and the body. So many a times what happens, we are taken towards the senses and towards the body, which is like a degrading level, or we can actually go towards the intellect and the self, that which is the realization phase. So we move between these, all these phases, and mindfulness is just the awareness where you actually touch the body, senses, mind, intellect, as well as yourself. That is why it is becoming a wholesome care for the mind that relieves stress.
I think we must plan for a short session for our teachers. Not now, maybe let the 100% lockdown comes, then they will be more free.
I think today is a lockdown.
Yeah, Sunday lockdown is there. And I'm talking about, so usually we used to do 6 hours, like some training. Like that we can plan. One that should be a paid one also, should not be a free one.
Right.
We can plan. Vijay ma'am, what do you say?
Yeah, we can plan that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that will be a great idea.
yeah. At least maybe Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days, 2 hours a day, so that at least they get some basics to do it for their children and all. And there are many such organization. There is one this thing I accidentally found about some time back. They are doing it at a very large scale. Same mindfulness at the end of the day.
My granddaughter joined yesterday for the mindfulness session from New Jersey. She joined with Smita, my daughter, and she was telling, I am also learning mindfulness in my school. My teacher is showing, and she has shown me what she has studied about mindfulness in school and what she has written as the answers, and she got a star, and she was so happy she could practice it here. They haven't started practicing theoretically, it is being given to them, and they will start practicing later.
There is a very recommended book by Om Swami, from being mindful to mindful, that is also about mindfulness. Tisha Than's books is about mindfulness. There are so many people who kept writing about this, but probably the name became popular very recently. It has been there for a very long time. It's just that we have ignored it.
And in the US, many schools, most of the schools have mindfulness practice integrated into their school
Curriculum.
curriculum.
They're in
Like
the
all
curriculum.
my grandchildren, they say they have mindfulness practices during the whole day, like sometimes multiple times, especially lower classes. It's very, very, they are very particular about it.
Certifame.com. So I have shared that link to you. Please watch it.
I'll check. I'll check.
Certifame. So we can also do something like that. Something has to be done, like otherwise.
What we can do is we can create a small module for those
Yes.
schools who really want to introduce mindfulness in their schools. So we can talk about the theory, the research base, and the some practical tips, like how they can do it in their classrooms. We can do it that way. Maybe a 2-day sessions or 3-day sessions will do.
Your school wise you're talking about.
No, those schools who are really interested to implement it, we can invite them. So by the end of the workshop, they will be trained how to implement it in their classrooms, like across the school, right from nursery to +2. How can they implement in their classrooms? So see, if we train them and we tell the children, okay, you practice at home, it doesn't happen often.
Yes,
Whereas it happens in the classrooms.
Yes.
even in this, especially this lockdown, the kind of online sessions, the children are not, there are some kids have reported psychologically some, issues, imbalance and all. This session even can be done through online also. So that would be another, help for the children. We'll seriously think about it, sir. We need to do something for that. Now again, I believe in another 2-3 months, the situation will be the same. Online will be schools in Tamil Nadu closed down. I don't
I
know.
think in today's stressful world, like this can be the best gift we can
Yes.
offer to our students, teachers, and parents. Like,
Yes.
if we can train them.
Probably I'm the standing example. I'm perfectly fine every day taking
Yeah.
sessions. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that is some.
No, because I don't have the usual complaints, but maybe it is a very mild strain, but still, I'm not belittling anyone. But I'm saying when you focus on the breath and your mind says that you're perfectly fine, you're fine.
And it's so logical also, like our life means the breath. So if you regulate the breath, you are regulating your life. That way also it.
In yoga, they say the life of a person is actually determined by the number of breaths.
Breaths. Yeah.
If you see a rabbit which breathes very fast will live for say 3 years, 4 years. If you see a tortoise which breathes like one time in about say 2 minutes or 3 minutes, lives 120 years. So it's a very logical conclusion that if we slow down our breath, we live longer.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I read somewhere. So the you're like what you said, our life depends upon each one of us has given a set of number of breaths. So if we keep extending, if we take deeper breaths, we are increasing the number of breaths. That way, somewhere.
There was a forward yesterday in our group, no? Some group.
I did it.
Yeah, yes.
Hindu man send a message to this.
Yes.
Yeah,
Did I miss
somebody
it?
was asking for some explanation. I couldn't do that because I'm not. No,
Hindu Shashi.
I understood, the better, the more stillness we have, better will be I think that must be the message. The stillness.
So that is why they say you should not get angry, because when you are angry, adrenaline secretes and your breathing becomes faster, you are shortening your life.
Yes.
Instead, if you're breathing deep, you live longer, healthier.
Very true.
That is why breath is called prana.
So all the correct words you can only find here, no? Like
Sanskrit, there are such
even the
words.
lecture has
Even-
100 meanings.
Even the name Sanskrit means cultured.
That's it.
Oh, yes.
Sanskriti,
Sanskrit,
Sanskrit.
cultured.
Hmm. What next?
I think Shabla ma'am
Sorry,
want
I
to say
think
something.
many must have missed out today.
Yeah,
No?
one day, Guru, thank you for the wonderful inputs. Sir. And I was just wondering why I took Corona so seriously and why I couldn't take it so lightly as you. Honestly, I was just, but aren't you feeling tired? I mean, is it again in the mind?
It's
A
in the
lot of
mind. It's in the
questions.
mind.
Yeah.
It's in the mind.
Because,
I took to, I mean, I had my washing and all that. So I was doing that. I am doing my cooking. I'm fine.
Nobody at home knows that.
No, nobody else.
Parents are there in Cochin.
Yes.
That's
So
it,
it's
I
fine.
think.
I'm fine.
They are away, that is the positive side. You are not room corner, you are house quarantine.
House quarantine. But yeah, probably tomorrow I'll check another RT-PCR and I'll be fine. Because
that
the symptoms are completely gone.
How many days, sir?
5.
Oh,
Tomorrow will be the 5th day.
Nowadays, it's 5 days.
Yeah, it's 4 days plus like the onset. You won't know when it was. So it is like safer to check it on the 5th day.
You did have
Ma'am,
throat
the
infection or no, sir?
energy level.
Yes, ma'am. It's come negative. Yes, but I took it only on the 13th day. I waited because the doctor had asked me to wait. So
And even this RT-PCR also, it's not a complete one. Even if you go with the flu also, they will detect positive. That's the reason in many places it is it is stopped. Now you see that, another 1 or 2 years, the DDRC will be like Reliance.
True.
The kind of, business they are getting. So they will be like, after Reliance, the DDRC name will come.
COVID has affected CER members in a big way. It seems Philomena is also down with COVID,
Oh my God.
along with her whole family.
Oh,
Okay.
So,
prayers.
Some says it's one way it is good, ma'am.
You get
like-
immune. You get
Yeah.
immune for the whole.
Correct.
I got a lot. I got a lot of attention and care. That much I could. That too.
Probably that's why my energy levels are high, because I have to care for myself.
I was about to say the same thing to Sharmila. Sometimes the body needs some pampering. So
Yes.
we want our dear and near ones to take care of us. So we would prefer to be on the bed. I
True,
think that
true.
it was in your case,
The
maybe.
famous book in Malayalam, you remember,
Yeah.
ma'am? Sir, by Professor Guptan Nair. It says Sugakkedinte Sugam. That is a very nice book to read. Very normal, not very literature type, but very funny book. Professor
Once,
Guptan Nair.
yeah. Once in a while, we all would like to be pampered. No?
Pampered. Correct. Now I got it. I got the answer. Anyway, thank you so much. It was a wonderful session. Thank you all.
God bless. God bless.
The music was
The music is awesome. Sometimes I am able to continue, but I listen